a Jen in the crowd.
Oh my god.
That is pretty insane. We should see a Varus pick here. Yeah.
Yep.
You don't want to drop AD in 4-5.
Yeah, bot lane has dominated the first phase of these draft phases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TL has kept their Taliyah first phase pick as well. The Jensen takeaway.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd say Jensen's Annie has looked pretty good the whole
agree.
series,
Yeah.
and this time they will not be guaranteed counter pick for Bwipo, which I think is interesting, that they actually did decide to go blue side. It kind of says that they're even more, they care even more about bot lane prio than they do about Bwipo having pick advantage. And that could also be based off the last game. I really think it was interesting hearing some of the comms as we went to break, where he was like, wait for my item, if I don't carry, report me.
Yeah.
After the fight, he said, sorry, my bad guys, I just missed a lot of barrels. Like, I think Bwipo really thought he was going to be able to carry that game and didn't. So I think there's a chance he's taking a little bit of a step back this game and giving a bit more agency to his bot lane.
I do like the Twisted Fate ban only because there were moments when he was trying to, clear waves on sides and just getting caught out. There was that one timer in which that made it really difficult. Going into this game, it's interesting. Jungle being thrown into 4-5. Like, I think you have to ban the Jax with how well he's been performing the last two games. There's no way you let the Jax through. I'd much rather see him play, you play against a Sejuani than
It isn't as good this game as it was in the last game.
Yeah.
I mean,
on displacement,
so they've already been there. That's
Jax coming through.
I wonder what Busio is going to play. Alistar's banned. He could go for something like the Rail, but it's not very good against the Taliyah or Nautilus. He could go for something like the Rumble if he's feeling it. I mean, I don't know. It's a bit of a tough spot to be in for him. And if the Rail gets taken away, then he's like, now it's like in the Yeon territory. If you want a melee champion, they need to tank this game. They can't pick a range champ this game.
I don't like it this game, but is there any world in which you'd flex the Annie to support? This
Not
game,
against Nautilus.
This game I wouldn't like it. But.
Annie also got nerfed support a lot where they nerfed her E shield and gave it to like her damage ratios. I guess the Rail is just unplayable against Taliyah and Poppy. Olaf is good, however, I like that.
Olaf blind top.
Olaf.
And
It is Rumble, I knew it!
Nailed it!
We got it! Oh, he said he'd play it.
No matter what.
Yep.
I like that. I think it's good that Fly is putting Jensen, a more veteran player, on the engaged champs, and Bwipo and Inspire on the front line, and giving Busio the room to do his thing. This is the one thing that makes him better than other people in the LCS, is that he has those champions up his sleeve. I'm very surprised that Impact gets this champion on last pick, though.
Yeah, but that's the cost of. Clearly, they thought the TF was a big enough of a problem last game. TF and Jax took up the ban slots.
I will say he is self-counting himself, though.
You did.
People pick Olaf into Ksante, and Olaf is very good against every champ in the team. So Bwipo can definitely have that kind of impact that we've seen from him this playoffs.
Seems like they wanted to just have a front line, and it would have all been bad versus the Olaf pick. So I think the Olaf line is just a great headshot.
Yeah, I just hope we see a lot of kills in this
This
game.
is both teams drafting how I think they should be drafting. This is the kind of draft that I think both teams did well. Sort of, right?
Yeah.
Given what they have.
Yeah.
So this is a good draft from both teams, I think.
All right, fair enough. It's all about who plays better. Casters, take it away.
Thank you very much, Lounge. Welcome back, everybody. Team Liquid is on match point. It's do or die for FlyQuest. And their answer, with their backs against the wall, they're letting Busio cook here with the support Rumble. They've got Bwipo on the Olaf, inspired back on that Lee Sin that he's been popping off with.
Yeah, this is going to be an exciting game. It's all or nothing here for FlyQuest. They are up against it. They got to win back-to-back, and they're doing it with just an absolute crazy comp. Full on, run at you, run over you. We'll see if they're going to be able to make it happen.
All right, Keria won with it. The support Rumble. Can Busio replicate here? Honestly, as far as the comps overall are looking to me, this is reminiscent of the game that FlyQuest won. I think, playing into 3 Team Liquid tanks with a lot of playmaking options. Again, Inspired got his Lee Sin. I actually think that FlyQuest here have set themselves up with a very good chance to push us to a Game 5.
I agree. I mean, there's no Tom Kench as well to save the Varus or anything like that. This is only the second time we've had a Rumble support in the LCS ever. The last time was Azael back in, it was 2020, I believe, 2020 or 2021 that he actually played the support Rumble. It was 2020. So not exactly a common pick. You said, though, Keria has played it. And we'll see if he can make it work here, because Rumble, even just the base damage, like level 6, you overheat, you have Ignite, your damage is crazy.
We've already mentioned no Tom Kench to save the Varus. There is no cleanse to save the Varus. If Jensen wants to flash ult, stun this guy, he is toast. Worth pointing out, one thing that's different from a lot of the previous games, Bwipo here running the flash and ghost on Olaf, so some extra map presence is not going to be there compared to the normal expectation of the double teleports in solo lane.
Yeah, you know what's going to be there. He's like, I am 1v9 this game. I'm actually 1v9 this game. I can carry with double mobility summoner spells. Analyst was kind of touching on it, but an Olaf runs through this game.
And we'll have to see, you know, if he can actually make that happen, because if you get behind, it can go bad really, really fast. And FlyQuest doing the level 1 invade with the Olaf here. They spot Umti on Raptors. They're going to push him out. Impact is roamed all the way down as well. And APA could get over here first, but it's just going to end up being some wasted time for TL because Impact walks all the way down. Will he miss the top minions? That's what I want to see now. Is he actually going to miss the experience? Bwipo should get there in time.
Regardless, it's huge.
He's ghosting for the XP, by the way.
Run, Olaf.
Regardless, it's going to be huge for jungle. Inspired's able to push Umti to the bottom side and then cross through mid lane to go Raptors here. So it's going to be a nice lead for jungle as well, and that can set you up to win 2v2s on top side. And if you can get your top side jungle ahead in an Olaf matchup.
Poppy doesn't realize that he crossed back for Raptors. Poppy's trying to invade enemy Raptors.
Did he not go through the mid lane minions?
Maybe it's not invade enemy Raptors at all. Maybe this is the great bamboozling, and he's just going to try to steal the red, but wait.
Okay,
Inspired doesn't have smite. Inspired does not have smite. Okay. He knows that Inspired used smite.
This is going to take forever, though. If the bot lane comes, like, I guess we'll see.
No, Poppy's still burning it down. Sonic Wave hits Umti. APA is waiting over the wall. Umti secures the red buff, but now Jensen's coming in too. Inspired with only 400 HP. Umti singing the same song. Sonic Wave, resonating striking coming through with the steadfast presence. His first blood. Oh, Jensen! Inspired lives. APA tries to flash in. He throws another rock, and he'll get the kill. But surely he drops to Jensen here. APA, no help, no mana, no way out. FlyQuest up 2-1.
Man, that invade was crazy for Umti. I'm not going to lie. Level 2, you're going to go for that invade. It's going to take so long. They do get the red buff, but they lose out big time in the ensuing play. And he's still just on 2 camps. He's not even level 3.
Emily Rand says,
dead.
oh my gosh, no! What are you doing?
Oh.
Okay, he survived. He survived with the W. He flashes into the lane. Bwipo wants to turn it back on Impact. Now
Here
running down into the river. Umti's ready to join him. Undertow hits Impact.
Can't catch
Bwipo
him.
is still
He's
just
got no
running.
W yet.
Inspired's
No
ready
speed.
now too. Okay, Bwipo is Umti. Okay. He's all right.
He's still level 2.
Okay.
He has no W for the speed to get in range for his auto. This game is delivering.
Umti didn't kill the last mini Krug, so he didn't get level 3 as a result of it. He missed out on the last mini Krug. He walked away from it, thought his jungle pet was going to finish it off, so he's still level 2, by the way, at 4 minutes, and Inspired is going to invade him.
Jungle Pet only bites him twice. You gotta hit him again if you want more bites. And Inspired wants to take another bite out of these chickens. Umti will try to challenge for it. He'll hit level 3 there at least. And now Inspired will lose out on the large chicken as well. APA with a nice seismic shove on Jensen, who trades back on the back into that there. As Inspired will finally be forced out of the jungle here. The point I was gonna make before top lane turned crazy like it was, Emily always says, Umti's gonna invade your jungle before 3-minute mark.
I want to look at the minions on top lane though, because you can see in the minimap that was a big ult wave, and that is right in front of Impact's tower. So even though Bwipo did not go down in
Umti
that,
has no smite. He's the Raptors.
Okay, he's already popped the steadfast presence. Inspired steals away the red. The jungle battle is insane in game number 4.
yeah, both of them knowing that the other one using their smites earlier, they're going to go for the dive.
It's the Hex Flash from Umti. Jensen stuck underneath the turret. He doesn't have any way to fight back, and Inspired jumps in, but it's too little too late. CoreJJ jumping in next. He's ready to join up. Inspired barely misses the kill on Umti. He's got him down to 50 HP. APA, nice seismic shove. Core flashing over the wall for the dredge line. The riptide, the lockdown, the explode. Team Liquid takes the lead.
5 minutes, 5 kills, baby. We got action on a repeat jungle invade, and CoreJJ's jealous. He wanted a piece. Now Yeon is left alone.
This is a big wave. If this dive works out, Yeon's gonna lose on a lot. It'll be a 1-for-1 trade, but Massu gets the kill.
Yeah, that's still worth it there for Fly because of all the minions that you talked about. And Busio doesn't waste his flash. He just uses the ignite, and they get that kill. They deny some CS. They punish the roam a little bit there from Core, but not the end of the world for TL because Yeon does get the kill back, and he's going to be going for that lethality build. But this game is just insanity, and this is bringing me back to the previous series these guys had.
This is so fun. We set records last time around. Looking for it this time.
This is feeling a lot like game number 2. That game we had 6 kills in 6 minutes. This time it's 7 kills in 6 minutes. Last game only 1 kill by 10 minutes. Game number 3 was a little bit of an outlier there as FlyQuest have Busio rotated up into the top half of the map to make sure that Inspired is protected as he takes these first 3 Void Grubs.
Yeah, and they also need to really cover Bwipo on this crashing wave because the wave was so bad after he actually died, and this massive wave has been stacked up here from Impact. You have got to be able to farm that. We know, of course, that jungler's on the other side of the map, so he's always going to be safe, but you want to be up there to cover.
All right, Massu's under tower here, so I think Team Liquid are going to be able to try and burn this one down, but Inspired's coming, and he stole a dragon before with Lee Sin quite easily in the face of Umti. Definitely has a QQ burst damage.
He wants it. Umti's ready with the steadfast presence. Inspired jumps into the pit. The Drake goes over to Inspired. FlyQuest bringing up the rumble. Massu's ready to go. Jensen gets the kill on Umti. It's the Drake, it's the kill, it's the crab, it's the whole damn thing for FlyQuest.
That is pain for Team Liquid. Thank you for the leash and the extra kill on the jungler after they already take it. Absolutely brutal hill. FlyQuest want to hear Silver Scrapes.
Man, Umti's having a rough start to this one, I'm not gonna lie. Loses the Raptors, invades, dies, goes top, didn't finish off the Krugs, stuck level 2. Bwipo might have to pop the ulti here in defense, but is feeling comfortable to sit through it.
Yep, Ghost instead, so that one's gonna get him away, but he's definitely not in much shape for fighting. He heads into the topside river looking for some fruits, but Umti's ready to answer him. Bwipo, he goes CC immune. He wants to eat the honey fruits. It'll be a 1v2, and Impact will help Umti smack him down.
Yeah, pretty good for him getting back in, but now Inspired knows jungle's on topside, so he's going.
It's another massive minion wave, and Inspired is ready to deny it to Yeon. Busio may again be the sacrificial lamb, but this time, Kalista's ready with a save. FlyQuest kill them both and don't lose anybody.
Perfectly executed dive there. Look at the health bars on Busio and Massu. Tanked up the exact amount that they could, and they make it look easy.
11 kills at 8 minutes. We're ahead of pace, boys. This is action-packed League of Legends right here. And they keep on. Every time a jungler shows, you immediately get the opposite side play, going for these tower dives, willing to sacrifice themselves. But the health management on that last tower dive was so good with the timing for the ult there and then going right back in.
Gotta say, Impact has really been getting the better end of that top lane matchup throughout this series. It feels like, you know, these picks largely had not been working out, the kind of spicy picks. The Gangplank did well, but the Urgot didn't really work out. The Olaf is quite behind, it feels like, on the back end of this as well. So we'll see if he can get out here.
Yeah, Umti wants Bwipo here again. Impact goes all out. Bwipo, he'll try to run up into the brushes, see if he can juke him away. He flashes brush to brush and escapes the game.
Yeah, he lives this time. I think the biggest takeaway from the early action, though, is the CS on bottom lane because it keeps resulting in FlyQuest dives on bottom lane. The kills are pretty even, but FlyQuest keeps on getting all these big minions up to the tower that keep dying. This CS lead is going to grow even more because they have a double, triple stacked wave here, actually, on bottom side. So Massu is going to be huge for this team. The rookie for FlyQuest in his first finals, up on stage with all these veterans, and now put in position where this Kalista, this champion so sought after for the early stages, is going to be very fed and very ahead.
We have to see. It looked like they spotted the jungle pet there. Inspired coming around, there was pings.
Oh, APA immediately flashing back underneath the turret. He knows that Inspired would be ready to kick him into Jensen's waiting arms if he doesn't.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they just anticipated that, because on the Observer client, it looked like you could only see the jungle pet. But I don't think you're supposed to be able to see the jungle pet if you can't see the jungler. So I don't know if that was just an Observer bug, but there were pings up there. So maybe Lee Sin just was shown, or maybe they just anticipated it. Either way, APA does survive with his flash. We also have to see, you know, can Massu convert an early game Kalista lead into a win? Because we have seen throughout playoffs a number of times, you know, they get these advantages on the Kalista, but you're playing against Taliyah, you're playing against Poppy, you're playing against Nautilus, all these champions that can be really difficult for you to deal with. You know, does that lead really amount to as much as we would hope it would?
Okay. Bottom side, Yeon and Core still just trying to make up for all these minions they've lost. Yeon is going to Freeze this wave close to the turret. He wants to get every little bit of farm that he can. 69 versus 91 is not where you want to be. Only 10.5 minutes into the game. It is nearly a 2,000 gold lead for FlyQuest. They got the first 3 grubs and the first Drake thanks to that steal.
Oh, baby, we're in for a good one. Inspired went for the Eclipse Lee Sin. This is the snowball. This is the take the damage to them. Not going for the Sundered Sky Rush, going for the Eclipse. He's got the early damage boost, an early power spike. Now I want to see them use it. They're actually all around mid, but there's so many wards here. Busio clearing out a ward, Inspired actually coming down, and it's costing them on bottom side. This is allowing Yeon to get back into the game. Yeon here on the Varus, who needed a lot of help, just got a bunch of it there.
Well,
a turret plate.
Here now too.
Yeah.
Bwipo's even running down there, trying to maybe potentially look for something.
That ward over the wall that spots out Umti is going to let FlyQuest know.
Problem is, Jensen used his teleport, and so Impact has teleport advantage from top side of the map now with that swap.
Okay, so now we're gonna get a pro view of this escape. This is the view from Umti's eyes, and you can see how confusing it can look with those brush-to-brush flashes. That is why players can look a little foolish at times when you step the wrong way. It's so easy watching on Spectator to know what happened, but from those moments, it basically looks like he just disappeared and then he came out of the bush below you.
And with Team Liquid investing in the bottom side presence to try to keep Yeon back in the game. Hold on now, APA going after Busio, but this is one of the big strengths of Kalista. You just saved the support, and meanwhile, Inspired is up grabbing that second set of grubs at the same time.
And every time you make a bot side play like that, opportunity cost is top side. The grubs are going over, like you say. Hey, Tibbers is doing some work on Impact.
I just really like this when they actually swap this around as bot lane.
Yeah, we've got another engage coming out. This time, there's no way to save Busio's life. He tries to bring Core with him with the overheated Flame Spitter plus Ignite, but he would have needed about 100 more damage. Now Massu still trying to stand and farm here underneath the turret, and Yeon and Umti will not be able to kill him.
Yeah, well done there. Going to be able to use that heal from Yeon to save him. But this is, again, it's going to be early armor stack from Impact because he's up against this Bwipo Olaf, and then you just move the Annie into that lane where all of a sudden you have armor and you have a Sheen, and that does nothing really for you against that Annie.
Yeon now has the record, passing up FBI for most kills in an LCS playoffs. He passed up the previous one that was 115. This guy has been absolutely stepping up for Team Liquid over these past few weeks.
We've been talking so much. Never mind.
Hold on now, Busio. Woo, that dredge line was scary, man.
Yeah, we've been talking so much about the transformation of Team Liquid from regular season to playoffs, and a lot of it was from this bottom lane. The bottom lane of TL getting so many accolades and positive remarks from other players of other teams, really complimenting them. It's nice to see this finally come to stage because we have heard those behind the scenes for years now, how good they were in scrims, at international events even. The scrim talk for Yeon was very complimentary, but really doing it on stage as well.
Absolutely, and I mean, there's just a lot of kind of promising young players in this matchup, obviously.
Uh-oh. Did we just caster curse him? All right, Yeon gets away with a flash.
He has had some blunders as well. This one, not too bad. Flashes away, bottom side. They're still going to be able to get the dragon here, but nice, efficient little gank there to get a key summoner spell.
Yep, that dragon will go for free over to Team Liquid. Kalista was back in the base. Massu purchasing that completed Blade of the Ruined King meant that FlyQuest was not in any position to fight for that second Drake.
And Inspired re-invading here on the Raptors, trying to take these away. Does not have a smite, so he's just going to kick Umti out, but doesn't look like he actually secured the big Raptor there. I think it's still alive. So that will reset, but they have taken all 6 grubs on top side, so it is a dragon apiece, but 6 grubs the way of FlyQuest. So if they can get push in these lanes, that can always be so threatening.
And Inspired is so much stronger than Umti right now. Even though they are both level 8, Inspired is close to level 9. He's up 30 farm. The completed Eclipse that you guys already talked about a couple minutes ago, that's up against a Bami Cinder and a Ruby Crystal.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes jungle XP literally makes no sense to me, where it's like, you're 30 CS up, how are you the same level? It's not even a full level ahead, he's about half a level up. But Busio moving up towards topside with Massu, trying to cover this Rift Herald play. They do have a little bit of chip damage down on this tower, a little bit less than half of that turret has been done to it. But with that Herald there, it'd be an easy grab from first turret if they want to go for it.
Plus, with 6 grubs, if you decide to drive the car yourself, that thing is going to have so many Void Mites pop out of it, as Impact and CoreJJ will be the defenders of the Tier 1 up in the top lane. The FlyQuest gold lead has stagnated around 2,000 here for a few minutes now, so for Team Liquid, a good sign. For FlyQuest, yeah, it feels good to be this far ahead, but as time marches forward, that's going to mean less and less. So I'm looking to see if they can blow this lead up even further as we break into the mid game.
And I think they're actually pretty confident in their scaling as well as time does march forward, especially Bwipo on this Olaf. You know, he specifically talked about how he views it so much more as a bit of a scaling multiple item champion here. And when you're faced with a bunch of tanks like this, I think he's pretty happy with the amount of pressure that has been focused on him. He's actually still, because of the CS, gold ahead of Impact. Impact not getting the actual kill credit on the kill that they got up there. And you know, once you get multiple items coming in here for the Olaf, then gets the really scary part.
And he does have all the components for his Strikebreaker already, so he is going to be completing that pretty quickly. The Strikebreaker flow, still good. Obviously, it's not the old dash that it used to be, but the stats are strong, and it does really help you when you're running down champions.
Plus, the fact that it's a Tiamat item now, combined with his natural pushing capability, you just insta-clear all the waves. And that wave will get shoved out by APA. Back up in the top lane, it's Jensen versus Impact. Impact goes all out, and Jensen's just trying to get away, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Nice stun. Impact goes in with the Pathmaker. The flash out from Jensen to escape the knockback means he lives.
Good pressure, though, from Impact there, so it's a trade of ultis. You use your Ghost, and you get his flash. That's always going to be beneficial. Lower cooldown, of course, on that Ghost. Impact putting the pressure on, but now it's a TP back from Jensen, which is going to mean Impact has to leave.
Yep. Meanwhile, bottom side, it's CoreJJ trying to lead the charge up against Bwipo's Olaf. They forced the Ragnarok out of him there as the dredge line would have sealed his fate otherwise. Gives APA enough time to burn down the turret, pick that one up for themselves. First turret of the game going over to TL, trying to equalize some of that gold, but Jensen's about to get the same thing back up in the top lane.
Yeah, on the left side of our stream, we saw that Busio roamed up and actually pushed Impact back, so it made him cancel his base. He couldn't actually stop base, TP back to defend that tier 1 because he gets shoved all the way back by that Rumble. They get 2 charges on that tower as well. Tier 1 and the tier 2, so the tier 2 going to be chunked out quite nicely. Some pretty good value there from the Rift Herald. Ooh, APA. There's no one else with him, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he just knocks Inspired around a little bit. Okay, it's a chunk, but without any backup, it's not a kill.
It's going to be interesting to watch, though, how they play when it spreads out so much with APA on this Taliyah being able to have a long lane to push in and then look for his roams.
Yeah.
See if they can actually...
Ooh, Core wanting to go in there with the dredge line as Inspired re-engages on him, but now he's still stuck in the front. He flashes out of the way of the piercing arrow, but this time it's Umti ready to cut him off. Impact grabs the kill, but the equalizer drops in over the top. Jensen doesn't have the damage, and APA is going to grab a shutdown. Team Liquid finding money in the enemy jungle.
As soon as we mention it, they find the pick in the map right here, spread out, and Team Liquid, they don't lose anyone in the process. 2 big kills.
Yeah, that is really big. Taking down Inspired there. He took the Q back in to actually dodge the seismic shove from APA, which was going to connect over the wall. So that's why he goes back in. He just realized, you know what, there's no way out here for me. Tries to turn it around and see if they can find some sort of an angle for a kill. And Busio had the perfect equalizer, but there's just no one really there to capitalize on it.
It's also support Rumble, right? It's not going to be those equalizer damage levels that you expect from a solo lane Rumble. He still doesn't have the first item fully completed, so it's not going to break the entire fight all on its own.
But with that Zax, with the tier 2 boots, when he gets his Leandries online, it's going to be a lot of damage. You know, yes, it is not that solo lane Rumble, but especially earlier on in the game, because you get that initial injection of so much gold, it's going to be a real threat.
Okay, Bwipo pops the Ghost. Ragnarok now too. He's stuck in a 1v3. Usually these don't go too well. Undertow flies out to slow him down. Bwipo escapes. Piercing arrow ain't gonna finish him off.
Yeah, without Yeon there at the start, they just don't have the damage to actually burst through him because you have a lethality Varus and then you have APA on the Taliyah. That's basically all your damage, so.
But right before an objective, an Olaf with no ultimate is not capable of fighting, especially a team with so much CC. So by blowing the ulti, by blowing the Ghost, they earn themselves Dragon number 2.
And I really like how TL is actually playing around Bwipo. You're seeing Core constantly hook in on him, and then as soon as they force out the cooldown, as soon as he forces the Ragnarok, all right, that's it, back it up. Because as you say, Kobe, it's like, that's the one fight. You don't actually have to kill him to win the fight. No ulti, no Ghost, he can't participate, so that is enough. And the way that Olaf really takes over is when you overestimate your damage, he survives, he pops the W, and he can run through these fights.
Victory through attrition here. Small cooldown victories lead to objective cooldown victories. Now, though, moving in, Busio's able to get that ward up behind Baron, and the ever-living ward and war over these Raptors that has occurred this game. This time around goes to Umti, uncontested for now.
He's in trouble, though. He's going to try to get away, but the CC is too much. Massu gets the kill credit. Enemy jungler down for 30 seconds.
It's been foretold. If a Raptor dies, a jungler has to die. Goes down now. Inspired going to be able to come over with the rest of the squad. Jensen immediately dropping that Tibbers out of their control ward here in the sideline brush, and that's going to be enough to at least bait for Baron.
They're starting it. They're already hitting it, I think.
They want to go after it. They're daring Team Liquid to come and stop them. They know that Umti's still dead for another 10 seconds, but this Baron take is slow. APA is going to try to poke at him a little bit here. Busio running interference as the top laners scrap back and forth in the mid lane. Baron still at over 8,000 health. It is not dropping quickly. You know that they want to make sure they get this Smite Rend combo correctly. They've already used the Ragnarok from Bwipo's Olaf. FlyQuest still trying to burn the Baron down, but Busio's been killed. FlyQuest are forced away. The objective still got 3k HP. Inspired's barely alive. The rain of arrows. Yeon gets him with the auto attack. FlyQuest crumbles. Team Liquid just got gifted Baron control.
Thanks for the leash, FlyQuest, as they hard commit to that. They took so long to start it up as well that Umti has respawned. Yeon completely zeroed out Inspired over the wall, hit him with the Chains of Corruption, hits him with the WQ, gets him down to about 30-40% health. Then they get the kill on the side. Everyone has to run for FlyQuest. It's easy kills in the chase down. You gave over the Baron, and you might have just given over the series.
Bro, where was the Kalista ultimate? They just lose their support over there. Then you've got the Varus sniping your jungler over the back of Baron. Look at this. Look how disastrous this is. Busio's playing up because he's got Kalista on his team. I believe going back and looking at the actual replay, if we can trust the cooldowns here, they get the seismic shove. They pull him away with the seismic shove. But look at the snipes onto Inspired too from Yeon. He chunked him down so low. Then they also get this kill. It just all falls apart for FlyQuest. They lose all these kills. Jensen flashes away as well. Liquid. They can taste it now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can see Massu, as soon as that seismic shove hit Busio, Massu starts running to the right. He tries to get in range for that ultimate, but he's just too far away.
Yeah.
APA enjoying the fact
typing that
everybody has been clowning on him for a lot of the split, but man, he's been stepping up.
And this was actually a reference to a Jensen tweet where he tweeted out, "I'm playing finals against APA." Like, you know. So APA hitting them back with it. We'll see if FlyQuest can make anything happen, try to turn this around. It is still, really only a two-threat team for TL. So if Inspired could find the angle, if he could get a kick in, get that kill, you can make something happen. But that being said, it's so tough against Taliyah, against Nautilus, against Poppy to actually get in there and make that play happen without it just getting stuffed and you dying for free.
The dash denial is so extreme on Team Liquid's side. FlyQuest is going to have to try to find a way to get control of the game back. They were 2,000 gold ahead for what felt like 10 minutes, and then with that one bad Baron call, it's a 5k swing the other way. Now a 3,000 gold lead for Team Liquid that also has a Drake advantage with the next one spawning in 1 minute.
Look at where Bwipo's sitting. He's above them. Umti does spot him, so he was trying to look for an angle for a potential flank if TL did hard commit to it, but they're not going to go for it. And TL, again, like clockwork, they'll play through side lanes. They're so good in the mid game, in the late game. If they're not being pressured, they'll just slowly chip away at you. They take down that mid tier 1. Everyone leaves mid, so what does APA do? He backs off top. He knows that he's going to be pressured there. Impact pushes up bot. They're just playing based on where everyone could be from FlyQuest. Now, his team moves in the jungle. Umti covers him. APA steps up, takes the tier 1 there. They're just chipping FlyQuest out, and there's not much FlyQuest can do about it.
It's a well-oiled machine here for TL, up almost 4,000 gold now. Only 25 seconds left on that Baron, and pretty much the Baron power play and the overall gold lead for TL, nearly the identical number, as that Baron has just been the X factor in this game. 5 seconds till the next Drake spawns.
Yeah, there's no question they want that one back for FlyQuest, but you can't live in the past. This is finals. This is elimination game.
And Busio may just get eliminated now with a dredge line from CoreJJ. No rumble means no fight. I would have to assume Team Liquid should get this next Drake for free too.
For sure. Oh, that one's gonna sting, especially after getting hit with the seismic shove at the Baron and then the pick right before Dragon here.
Yeah, Busio having a tough series for sure. And not in range of Massu again, to be able to actually get pulled back when you're that far out by yourself It wasn't going to be able to survive, so they get the easy kill. And now, Ghost being popped, they're looking for Bwipo, and there's no tier 2 to protect him.
Ghost answered. He's got the Ghost to get away, but it doesn't get you over terrain. Okay, there's nobody else here. I mean, it's just Impact. I don't think they're that worried about it. They forced the Ragnarok out. However, there's the red carpet. Bwipo's going to try to run Impact down. He doesn't get him quite yet. Impact's still alive in the front line as Yeon grabs the killing spree back on Jensen. Impact lives as Jensen and Bwipo both die.
Impact has that killer instinct. That is crazy. He went for that chase. He got it. He lived. And Team Liquid, they're going to end off of it.
They're going to TP back in. If they get one kill, the game is over. FlyQuest have the 3v5, have to defend.
Team Liquid wants to end this series right here. They do not have many minions to work with. The next wave coming now. So they'll back away. FlyQuest still get another chance, but those chances are quickly running out.
Exactly, and they get slimmer and slimmer. You know, you have to look for these tiny margins, these tiny advantages. If FlyQuest fought at that inhibitor, if they went a little bit too far forward, I definitely think TL gets the kill, they end the game, but because they back off, it's just going to be the inhibitor, it's going to be the reset, and they can look towards the Baron that's spawning here in 120, but this time they're doing it with a 6k gold lead. They're doing it with the item completions ahead. Really in every role pretty much at this point when you're looking across the board. And TL are looking so close to this championship, the first one since 2019.
And it's such a long-established fact in League of Legends. If you know the next fight is going to be over the Baron pit, the bot lane inhibitor is just the best one to have. Team Liquid is loving this game state.
And you've also got to note, no flash on Bwipo, no flash on Busio. You know, he committed that to try to get in on Yeon, try to kill him off. Yeon didn't even flinch. The guy didn't even respond with the flash, so he still has his flash. There's no way that Bwipo's going to be able to get on him, it feels like.
It's such a heartwarming story for this Team Liquid squad, too, with how much work that they've put in, the faith that they put in AP and Yeon, bringing up carries from their academy team, investing so many years into them, and pairing them with all these veterans on the squad, CoreJJ, Impact, and then bringing Umti over as well to complete the squad. CoreJJ, as one of the main veterans too, has this renewed vigor and this renewed need to win the LCS. He said he wanted to win it more than ever now, and they're so close.
Okay, Inspired gets hit over the wall, but he'll be all right. FlyQuest has to be so careful, man. Even one pick is just disaster.
I also think it's so cool that Spawn, the coach, you know, was with Yeon for his entire journey, basically on TL. You know, there in Academy alongside him, you know, was able to win titles with the TL Academy, got promoted up into the LCS, and this was not the roster that people expected TL to be winning the LCS with, and they are on the Baron, potentially one fight from winning the series.
Team Liquid starting it up, and FlyQuest, no, they can't afford to give it away. Impact on the front line yet again. Equalizer to try to stop his escape, but it ain't gonna work. A little bit of footwork gets him over that dangerous zone, and Inspired is very, very low to try to steal anything. There's already a wave for TL in the bottom lane. Busio's in the middle of everybody. Umti is still trying to stand and fight, but Busio's gonna grab the kill on him as Massu saves his support. Impact still trying to slice and dice his way through the middle of the team fight, but a nice seismic shot from APA to find Jensen. It's a 3v2 on the map, and it favors TL with their super minions marching onto the Nexus turrets.
Yeah, the super minions are marching on the Nexus, but they're pinging mid lane, so they're going to try to play potentially for another inhib. I don't know if they're even going to be able to get that in time, though, as they are now moving down towards bot side. So they're just going to take a reset here. They take the one fight. They don't feel there's time to really go for anything major, so they'll just reset, spend their gold, and set up for it once again. But again, you have to keep highlighting Yeon didn't use the summoners. That is so key because it's so tough to see FlyQuest winning a fight without killing off the Varus. He is so punishing at this point in the game. The initial setup was looking pretty good though. Massu and Bwipo get in onto Impact. Core's getting pushed back. They drop the equalizer, but TL's able to easily retreat back. And then as FlyQuest have to enter, it becomes really difficult.
Then you see the wrap around here on the bottom side as Inspired flashes away from the seismic shove and CoreJJ tries to hook in the Olaf. They immediately tunnel onto Umti. He goes down, gets deleted. They send it into Impact to try and get two, but APA here kind of saves the extra advantage for TL by landing that seismic shove. That's the difference maker in the easier reset in pushing out the extra wave, but we go right back to it.
Inspired, no flash.
CoreJJ immediately engaging on the enemy jungler. That's a big kill. Yeon is godlike. Inspired is gone, and FlyQuest are staring down the barrel of a 4v5 against a Team Liquid that's already so far ahead. 6,500 gold. Umti and Yeon just two-manning the Baron, while APA and Impact and Core can keep everybody else from FlyQuest at bay. Yes, the Baron's gonna be slow, but it'll be a short thing.
That's the advantage of winning the previous team fight. You've got the vision control on Baron. You got to reset, push out the minions first, so you get to make the next play, and they don't let Inspired move an inch.
And they're going to be able to grab Soul off this as well. They just move right down towards Soul. So now you have a poke Varus here with Infernal Soul once they secure this. They have the Baron buff. They'll have a 9,000 gold lead plus the stats from the Soul, so call it 13. And they will be able to push here to try to end the game against FlyQuest, who needs some sort of a heroic play to even stand the slightest chance.
It's going to need to be a water into wine type of miracle for FlyQuest to hold the line here against the Baron, against the Dragon Soul, against a Team Liquid that has evolved so much over the course of these playoffs compared to what we saw in this regular split in Spring. They're marching down mid lane now. It's a 4-man group. Impact is up in the top side, but he'll have the teleport to join if he needs to.
And it may only be a 2-carry comp for Team Liquid, but both carries are fed, both carries have flashes, and both carries have Knight's Vow on them. They are so safe in their ability to 4-1 split push at the moment. You lay down your Taliyah rocks, you just Baron up the minion wave, it slowly chunks away while you wait for Impact to get this top side going as well, and then rotate on over. So FlyQuest have to make their move now. You know, Jensen's looking for a flank angle. They're looking for any sort of opening where they can get a surprise.
It even looks like they have bot pushing for them. That's stacking up as well. So TL going to be pushing up in 3 lanes. Here comes the Weaver's Wall to section them off. That tower is forfeit.
Exactly. The whole point is to just guarantee no defense with a tier 3 turret in the top lane. The bot lane inhib has respawned. So this top lane inhib would be the first one they kill if they can push up and claim it. They've got 2 of the Baron Enchanted Cannon minions ready to go. FlyQuest scrambling to try to defend. The mid lane tier 3 also under pressure. CoreJJ with a dredge line in on Bwipo. Equalizer comes in over the top. The Olaf still surviving for now. He's not going to get a whole lot done. Impact on the other side of the wall. He's just fine. Aspire's going to die first. Jensen's going to die second. Massu pulls Busio to safety. But what safety is even left? Dredge line ain't going to do it. And Team Liquid's on the victory march. Massu and Busio barely getting away back into the fountain as Bwipo tries to front line. Team Liquid will run them over for the first time since 2019. Team Liquid is the best team in the LCS, and they are your Spring Split 2024 champions.
Emotional moment there for the TL players. They are champions, and no one really thought they were going to be the team to do it. Of all the Team Liquid rosters that have been built since 2019, this was not the one that people were looking towards as a title contender. And when you look at the regular season, the level up this team had from regular season to playoffs was absolutely immense. These last couple of series were dominated by them. They crushed C9, they crushed FlyQuest today, and they are far and away the best team in the LCS.
The Grinders. They ran the most triple block scrims. They did not take a lot of the money.